For years, Aaron Kaufman was one of the main faces of Fast and Loud. Viewers knew him as the quiet guy with the long beard who could turn old, broken cars into something new and special. He wasn't loud, he didn't try to be the star, but still people watched because of him. So when he left Gas Monkey Garage in 2017, fans were shocked. He didn't make a big scene. He didn't go on a rant. He just walked away. Why? That's the part many people still don't fully understand. Before the fame, Aaron was working as a mechanic at a small garage in Dallas, Texas. He wasn't on TV. He wasn't known. He just liked working on cars, especially old ones. One day, Richard Rawlings, the man behind Gas Monkey Garage, came into that shop. He saw Aaron working, and right away, he noticed something different. Aaron didn't just fix cars, he understood them. Richard asked him to come work at Gas Monkey. Aaron said yes. That was the beginning. They started filming Fast and Loud soon after. It became a hit. But while the show was growing, something else was happening behind the scenes. Working on cars for fun is one thing. Doing it for a TV show is another. On Fast and Loud, everything had to happen fast. Cars had to be bought, built, and sold all within tight deadlines. Cameras were always around. Producers had their own ideas, and every build had to be big enough for television. At first, Aaron went along with it. He liked the challenge. He liked the team. But over time, it got harder. The builds were rushed. The jobs weren't always the kind he wanted to do. He had ideas, but not always the space to try them. He started to feel stuck, and that's when things began to change. Aaron didn't leave because of a big fight. He left because he wanted something different. He said it himself. The kind of cars he wanted to build needed more time, more focus, more creativity. But the show didn't allow that. It wasn't personal. It was just not the right fit anymore. He also said there were growing personal and professional differences between him and the team. That doesn't mean there was drama, just that they weren't on the same page anymore. Aaron had a choice: stay and play it safe, or leave and take a risk. He chose to leave. After walking away from the garage, Aaron didn't disappear. In fact, he got to work. He started his own shop in Texas called ArcLight Fabrication. It's not a big TV garage. It's a smaller, more focused place where he works on what he loves most: vintage Ford F-100 trucks. At ArcLight, Aaron builds at his own pace. No rush, no scripts, just real work. He also makes custom parts for other F-100 owners. It's not flashy, but it's what he enjoys. For Aaron, that was the whole point of leaving. Even after leaving Fast and Loud, Aaron gave TV another shot, but this time, he was in charge. His first show was called Shifting Gears with Aaron Kaufman. It followed him and a small crew as they took on bigger, tougher builds. The show was more real, more honest. But it didn't last long, just 2 seasons. After that, he did a second show called Aaron Needs a Job. In it, he traveled across the US to learn new skills and help others in the auto world. He tried different jobs not because he was trained for them, but because he wanted to understand them. That show only ran for 1 season, but again, it gave fans a closer look at the real Aaron. Today, Aaron is still running ArcLight Fabrication. He's still building, still learning, and most importantly, still doing it on his terms. He doesn't post often, he doesn't try to stay in the spotlight, but for fans who know where to look, Aaron Kaufman is still very much around. He may not be on your TV every week, but he's doing the same thing he's always done: fixing, building, and creating. Gas Monkey Garage is still open, and Richard Rawlings is still running it. The shop has changed a bit, and the TV show Fast and Loud has ended, but the brand is still popular, especially online. Even though Aaron is gone, the garage keeps building cars and sharing content with fans. The story of Gas Monkey didn't end when Aaron left it, just went in a different direction. Aaron Kaufman didn't leave Gas Monkey Garage because he wanted attention. He left because he wanted something more real. The TV show gave him a platform, but in the end, it wasn't the right place for the kind of work he wanted to do. And instead of staying in a place where he felt limited, he chose to move on. He took a risk, and it paid off. Aaron's story isn't loud, it's not full of drama, but that's what makes it worth telling. He followed his gut, stayed true to himself, and kept doing what he loves, even if it meant walking away from fame. Sometimes, the best decisions are the quiet ones.